appreciate it's Tracy! It's Tracy! 2, 4,
Oh,
6,
guys.
8. Who do we appreciate it's Tracy!
It is gonna be
It's Tracy!
one of those shows. It really is. We have all got that Friday feeling here. Maya Hare's got that Friday feeling. Craig's got the Friday feeling. You got the Friday feeling. And we have got some fantastic deals for you as well. It's kind of like, do you know what it's like? It's almost like a Colour Me Happy cartload. That's how I feel today, because there are that many amazing deals coming your way over the next couple of hours. I have got all things metallic for you, the whole range. We have got half price deals, we have got full collections. We've even got half price metallic markers. Oh yes, we'll be sharing those with you, unless they've sold out. Maybe they sold out. Anyway, I'm not here on my own. Craig is here with me. How are you, Craig?
I'm doing very good, thank you very much.
Are you feeling very energetic today?
Feeling very energetic. Absolutely, I am doing indeed. Of course, not only is it the real Friday for you, Joe, it is Friday for myself. Been a great week here on Crafters TV all week with the wake up call shows and all the other shows that I've been doing. So we're not going to go quite out with a bang, because we've still got another show. Probably, I think we're going to have the come down after this one. I think just a little bit. You can tell I don't do running.
Someone
like
get that man an iron brew, honestly. I need to let you know loads of things. You basically, because I've got loads of inks on the show, right, but they're going to sell out. I'm going to take you through them in a minute, but you need to get yourself over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, click that shop the show button and see everything that's coming up. I also need to let you know that when you spend over £15 or $15 after your discount, we are going to give you, all of you, while stocks last, a freebie. And it is this, it is the Rose Garden 6x6 paper pad, which we are going to be sending out to you. So do not miss out on that. You don't need to do anything. £15 or $15 at checkout. It will appear in your basket, which is fantastic. Right, something else we're talking about is Galentine's, and it's basically about Valentine's with you and your gal mates, but it could be just you and your boy mates, any of your friends. What we basically want you to do is we want to have a bit of friend appreciation. It could be your lover, maybe it's lover appreciation, let us know. You can send pictures into us of you and your gals by going to sending them to studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. We're going to do that as well, and basically there are 6 prizes to be won tomorrow. Everyone that sends us in a picture will go into a prize draw to win one of those 6 prizes. We'll be drawing 1 in Craft Vault, 2 in the morning show, 2 in the afternoon show, and then another one in the evening Craft Vault for you as well, which is fantastic. So all you need to do is send us in those pictures to be in a chance of winning those. Shall we dive in and have a look at what is coming up in this show? Because I need to share with you firstly the liquid inks that we have. Now, we're going to go through them all in order. We don't have as much stock of these as we would like because they are on a half price deal, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's go through them and have a look firstly. So we've got single pots available for you firstly. This one here is gold plate, as you can see. Let me just show you this. I know, £3.49 each for these single pots, right? Just to let you know, with your Club Inspired Platinum discount, it's £2.79 or $3.39. If you were looking, or $3.99, so if you want to treat yourself, this is the show for you. So we've got gold plate. We have also got silver ingot, which is this one just here. You have also got the antique bronze, which is gorgeous. This one is cuter pewter, as I like to call it. This one here is your burnished copper. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Wait till you see these in action. You've got the ancient bronze in here as well. And you've got the aged copper. All the details of those, you'll find them over on the website. They're all the same price. Now, I also have the 4 packs on the show at a knock your socks off price as well. So let's go through these. So let me share with you firstly the rich metallics. It's like that version of, you know, when you're on the street and you keep crossing over. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. Right. Rich metallics is the first one that you've got. So you can either buy them individually or you can buy them in the 4 pieces. Now, let me think about it. £2.79 or £9.99. Better deal to get 4 together in the pots than it is to buy the individual. So it's up to you. Do you want to dip your toe in or are you going to dive in feet first? You need to decide. Rich metallics, You've also got antique florals as well, which is this one here, which has got the antique pearl, the vintage satin, the green citrine, and the rose gold. Some of the 4-pack colours are not in the single colours as well, is the other thing to bear in mind, which is awesome. And then the next one we've got just here is the vintage metallics. That is antique bronze, aged copper, tarnished silver, and the burnished copper as well. Now, we've got those. Right, I need to talk about ink pads. We have struggled since the beginning of the first lockdown to keep ink pads in stock. In essence, our ink pads are manufactured by one manufacturer across in the United States. It's the only place that we can get the quality. And what we've been struggling with is being able to fulfill the demand. They come in, they go out of stock. They come in, they go out of stock. It is an absolute nightmare. And also, because of a couple of things that are making it more difficult at the moment. Brexit's making it harder because there's loads of extra checks at ports and stuff. And also the pandemic means that stuff is coming in slower. We're launching stuff later than we can, and it's hard for us to get things in stock and keep them in stock. And the worst scenario with that is our ink pads, because there's only one place we can get them made in the world. This is the first time since I've been here, I had my anniversary shows last week, that I've seen a whole collection of the ink pads, the metallic ink pads in stock. It's also, there's also a really good stock of lots of the ink pads over on the website. So if you're missing one of our pigments, maybe you're missing one of our water reactive ink pads, absolutely go over there and grab the ones that you need. What I'll tell you though is if you want to buy a complete set of these, I think this may be one of very few chances you get to buy a complete set before they go out of stock. £47 is an incredible price. You've got a 20% saving, which is amazing. Some of these are already low in stock as well, so they're going to go, I think. If you're a Club Inspire Platinum member, 20% is already gone. If you're a Club Inspire Platinum member, $37.60 today, saving you $22.80, or $60.80, saving you $34. Let me take you through the colours that you've got. I've got, cheeky little thing. I've got, you stay there. It's like a Mr. Bean sketch, isn't it? I've got boards for nearly all of them. The two I don't have a board for are the amethyst and the rose satin. They're the two I don't have a board for. They're gorgeous colours. I'll show you them in a minute. You're going to get the blue organza, the red garnet. You've got the jade green, the pink lace, the bronze. Ooh. You've got the platinum. You've then got blush, rose gold, gold and silver. They are awesome. They really are awesome. They're truly versatile, and they are incredible. It's great that they are all in stock now. If you've got your metallic ink packs, please let me know in the comments what you think of them, what you make of them. Loads of you saying hi already. Georgianne is here from Clearwater. She says, Joe, I love your shirt, and I love Craig's snazzy tie. He's got a tie on. Where's your tie?
Yeah, it would have been from earlier on.
Heidi says, hi from Boise, Idaho. Monica says, one of my favourite shows, I just love it. Nona's got the full set of the ink pads, they're stunning. Mary says, I love the metallic ink pots. The metallic ink pads are great for making backgrounds as well. For anyone that's not seen our ink pads before, Craig, the metallic ones, I know they're out of stock a lot. Where do they sit in the rest of our range, you know, amongst all of our other glorious ink pads?
Well, they're going to be a side-along product. They're going to be a key-alone product as well, but it's also going to be additional to your other inks that you're using. They are metallic. Of course, the main theme of Colour Me Happy today is the metallic range. But with other metallic colour mediums out there in the market, most of them, if not all of them, are permanent. Whereas with our ones, because they are pigment, so you can do your straight-on stamping. You can then go over with your embossing powders. Because they stay nice and sticky, your embossing powders are going to stick to them. So there's your heat embossing. But then what you can start to do is bringing in your blending tools. You can blend the colours in. You can do layers upon layers of each other's. You can do all these different effects. You can do kind of faux bleaching effects. You can do all these different things. So basically think of what you could do with our water reactive / our pigment ink pads, and you can do exactly the same. But and the joyous thing with ours is they are metallic. And boy, we have a full selection of the metallic colours. Not just gold, not just silver, not just bronze, but we've got all these additional ones as well that work so well together. So I think, is that what are we going to move on to that one first, I think, are we?
Oh, it's up to you, Craig. You're in charge. You're back your ball, your court today.
No, you, Joe, are always leading the ship.
Oh, we're going to do the ink pads first, yeah?
We're going to do the ink pads, that's fine. Perfect. Whoa, so what we're going to do is what we say with the metallic ink pads or the metallic range, you can use them on white or light cardstock. It's going to show the full effect on your darker cardstock. So obviously whether it comes to black cardstock, maybe your deep navies, even your craft cards. So absolutely do them onto light cards, but you are going to see the incredible effects when it comes to your dark card. So what I'm going to do to start with is I've taken just that. I've taken a piece of our black matte cardstock, and then what I've also done is I've taken one of our layering stencils. Show how you can start to layer upon layer as well. So we have got, in case anyone's wanting to know, we've got the pretty peonies within that one there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in my metallic ink pads here. So I think let's go for the red garnet. And then let's go for kind of like, so we've got the red garnet, no, I don't want platinum, we want jade green, let's go for jade green. And then what we can also do is let's go for, so the backdrop, let's go for a bit of silver on the backdrop. So let's go for these ones here. There we go. So let's bring these ones into place. And then what we're going to do as well, let's bring in our blending tools. So I'm going to go in. Now I know we've got these on the show as well. So let's bring a few of these ones in. Let's see if we can get a few clean actual pads. Let's go.
What are you rummaging in there?
Yeah, it's our foam, our little bowl that's got our little replacements on. I do tend to bring my own, but I've left it in the office. So that's, there we go, that'll do. I've got a few of them. I just at least need 3 anyway, so we've got one for each colour. So we've got our blending tool there, we've got our next one, and then let's go for this one as well.
Awesome. We've got a fabulous tools bundle. Details on the bottom of your screen there, Craig. Awesome discount on that as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and it's one that we get asked quite a lot as well. When it comes to these blending tools that we've got square.
Oh, you've lost your mic. Send a ferret in, Craig. I just want to quickly introduce you. I'll just share with you. He's gone. He's gone. I would want to share with you something else that's on the show. Now, we did an amazing deal on these, right? And it was buy 2, get 1 free. And then one of them sold out. So do you know what we then had to do? We had to do a buy 1, get 1 free. And guess what? One of them sold out. So have a guess what we're doing now? Half price on 1 pack. The Antique Elements 6-piece marker collection. Do you know what you can get these for? They're £1 each basically, which is excellent value. As a Club Inspire Platinum member, £4.79 or $6.78. £4.79. It's like 75 pence per marker. Unbelievable value, saving you $7.20 or $10.17 as a Club Inspire Platinum member. These are the colours you've got. We'll see them in more detail later. You're going to get the ancient bronze, the aged copper, the rose gold, the tarnished silver, the vintage satin, and the antique pearl in there as well. They're gorgeous. I know you've got things planned with those a little later, haven't you, Craig?
I do indeed, absolutely. I think we're going to be focusing them on just shortly. But what we can do is we've got our mic sorted. I found it was down the bottom of my shirt. Oh, hey. So just went and done a bit of digging. So what I'm going to do with this one is with these stencils that I'm using is you've got your layers. So you've got layer 1, 2 and 3. Each of these stencils have got the numbers on them. I know we've not got these stencils on, but just so that you can understand what I am doing, in case you've never seen these before. So with this one here, it's layer 1. So this is giving us the foliage of the roses. Use our temporary spray if you want to. I like to just pop a bit of tape on just to hold it into place. So because these are the leaves, let's go in with the jade green on this one here. And if we can get a bit of a close up, whether it's up above or zooming in, so we can see, there we go. So I'm going to stay still. And then it's all about seeing the metallic, the pigment that comes within. So let's show you the silver as well. Look at that.
Nice.
How luscious does that look? Look at all those silvers coming through, whether it's the colours. So what we can do is, we're going to use the silver in a moment, but let's bring in onto our jade green. So all that I'm doing, I'm just picking up my colour with my blending tool, so we can just see this off the side of our screen. So simply just picking the colour up, dabbing my ink pad on. So then what I'm going to do is, you can blend over the top, but I'm going to do it slowly and lightly, and then we're just following that over the top that you can see here. And I'm really just going to go into all these little aperture areas with the jade green. So we're working our way around. I'm not concerned if I go over the edge, and in fact I want to do that because that'll then give me a bit of a guide where to pop my next stencil. So here we go, so really layering up these ones here. So I'm just going over straight with the colours, and this full stencil within this aperture, Joe, what I'm going to do is just layer it up with the colour.
Awesome, very, very busy on these. Remember, it's a full collection that you are getting here, which is amazing. It's the first time we've had a full collection in stock for absolutely ages. So do make sure you grab them whilst you've got the opportunity, which is fantastic. And again, versatility-wise, Craig, I always say that the pigment ink pads are some of the most versatile, aren't they? Because the amount you can do with them. And am I right in thinking these are pretty much a similar formulation to that, Craig, just with sort of metal elements?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they are
absolutely.
because they're the pigment, so they're exactly the same. So you can come along and use them to pop your embossing powders on the top if you want. So yeah, good in that form. So a nice little add-on to your other pigment ones that you've got. But look at these ones here onto the black cardstock, and you see how you're getting that metallic shimmer coming through. You're still getting that green elements. I could still go deeper when it comes to the colour that I'm layering on top. But now that we've done layer 1 on this one, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go over the top, and because I've got my outside edge that you can see here where I've gone over the edge, what I'm going to do, so if we'll be able to see, so if we are able to, so just wondering, George, if we can zoom out a bit. So we're going to zoom out just so that you can see in a moment exactly what I'm going to do. So we can see we've got the outside area here. I'm going to match that over the top, and I'm going to stick this one down, and we're going to press it into place, doing exactly as I say, same as before. And with this one here, because it's number 2, this is the rose. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with the red. So let's take my ink pad. So let's take our blending pad. We're going to pick up the red on this one. And then again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this colour up. Now we can see from on the actual stencil, you can see how vibrant that red is. And then when it comes to the black, it'll still be slightly subtler. However, we're still going to get that metallic coming through on the black. What I want to do is show you as well. Let's, just while we're looking at that one, I'm going to, oh, Joe, my mic's gone again.
Has it gone? Oh no! What's happening? I think
it's the clip.
It's drawn to you, Craig. I think that's what it is. Don't worry, we'll sort that out, Craig. Don't forget, everyone that spends over £15 or $15, you're going to receive that awesome 6x6 paper pad. So don't forget, you're all going to get that. You don't need to do anything. It'll be added automatically for you when you get to checkout, which is absolutely fantastic. I can see a lot of you automatically jumping onto those ink pads already. Let's just change those details back to those ink pads for you. £47 or $76. You're all getting some sort of discount, which is absolutely awesome. $12.88 or $19.40. Platinum member saving £22 or $34. I don't know about you, Craig. This is the first time when we reloaded this stock. I've seen a whole collection of these in stock for, well, since I've been here, I think.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. In the past, if I've had them on any of my previous shows, they have been on smaller bundles. So it's great having the full lot. What was just a way to do before I lost my mic again. Apologies for that, but I think we're all good to go. I'm just popping it onto the white as well, just to show you how you can get that metallic look coming through when it comes to the white. Trust me, when it comes to these ones.
Good coverage, isn't it?
Good coverage.
If that was a foundation, you'd be well happy.
You would be really happy. You really would be happy with that coverage. Don't put them on the face though. But
no,
you know, wouldn't do that. Keep it with cardstock.
They do look like the sort of shades you'd see in a very luxury eyeshadow collection, don't they? You'd see some influencer promoting on Instagram somewhere.
I don't know.
Do you not?
How would I know that?
I follow loads of Instagram makeup artists.
Do you?
Nikki Tutorials is my favourite one. Yeah, I absolutely love her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just love the transformation of it all. You know, like makeover shows, that's what I feel like makeup tutorials are a bit like. It's like that before and after. I think that's what I like. I think that's why a lot of the time, I think that's what really first drew me to crafting TV as well, you know, Craig.
Do you think
it's
so?
the before and after. The idea that you can take something and a few ingredients and transform it into something that looks totally different, yeah.
Yeah, quite possibly. Quite possibly. I suppose then you could carry that on as well with food, with you being a chef as well, just getting some ingredients, and then before you know it, they've actually come something.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Do you know what I said there?
Not a clue.
No, but not a clue. Didn't think so. Didn't think you were paying attention with that one
I
there.
was too busy messaging the gallery. Like, yes, Craig.
What I was saying, with you being...
Careful, let me just get back out from under that bus, Craig. Hang on.
With you being a chef as well, Joe, it's be the same with having the ingredients. So just having key ingredients, plain ingredients,
yeah.
And then they actually become something. You see that transformation.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Them. So that's it. That's what I was saying. So we can see now that I've layered up with that colour. So the two colours was the jade green that I've used so far, and then the red garnet. Look at that one, a black.
Gorgeous,
cardstock.
Craig.
Isn't that just gorgeous? And when it comes to that one I just used, Joe, it also has the veins in the actual leaf compartment. So I've just done that with red. So we've done the rose, and I've just carried on over the leaves with the red, so you still get that vein coming through.
They almost remind me of like the ink pad version of a wax pencil.
Absolutely.
I mean, that sort of shine that they give, and it feels like they kind of feel like they sit over the card rather than soaking into the card, like our quick dries and our water reactives do.
Absolutely spot on. Completely agree with you. They absolutely do look like that when it comes to these ones. And then when it comes to this stencil, now I know it's not the stencils we're focusing on, it's the inks, but just to explain if anyone has these or looking to get these, what I'm doing now is I'm not going to go over this full stencil because then the stencil we're going to be covering the rose. What I am going to do is very roughly, I'm not going to be precise, but using my silver, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to work around my rose and the leaves. You can't see it on the screen, but I can see the outline of my rose and the leaves. So I'm going to work it all the way round. So we're going to get the backdrop with the silver metallic inks coming through.
I love that you're going to work it. I'm like, work.
What's that?
Work it out. Work it out.
Yeah,
I was thinking Britney Spears.
Oh no, what's that? Who's that?
You were work. I think you were, I don't know.
No, not Rihanna.
Cardigan, Backyardigan, is that who that was?
Oh, was
Rihanna. Rihanna, that's it.
No, it wasn't the Rihanna one. Was it not the girl band that Simon discovered on X Factor USA?
One True... Fifth Harmony. Who are One True Voice? Who is that?
One True Voice?
Who are they? Who knows?
Yeah,
it's a right old sing-along, isn't it?
It is.
Do the metallic inks work on white cardstock? Yes, I think you just covered that, didn't you?
I did indeed.
Am I right in thinking, Craig, as well, that the inks in the ink pad and the inks in the pen and the inks in the pot is all the same ink?
I believe so.
Yeah, me too.
I believe so. I don't want to say 100% yes or no, but you think that, I think that as well. So I believe that they are. I know maybe some of the other team that are watching will be able to vouch for that one.
Yes,
as well.
absolutely. And Nancy Kearns says, I fell in love with these when Craig used them to demo the balloon dies in the subscription box.
Yeah, that looked really good.
Perfect with that.
Really good when we've done that. But here we go. So I've gone round this area here as to where there's no rose and no leaves. Let's peel that one off, and if I remove this one, so we've now got the effect.
Yes.
Now see here and here, see where I've gone over the leaves? I'm happy with that. It's very rustic, it's very organic, you know, it's very mixed media in that sort of style. I've done these with the metallic inks. You can maybe come along with the pens because you can do a bit of distressing with the pens that we'll show you, but that is just with the black cardstock. But if you wanted to do them on light, then you can do as well. But there's just something about the metallics on the silver that really pulls out the image, pulls out the dimension, and it even gives it more form and roundness to the image. So you could easy enough just chop it down, even with a tiny bit of matting and layering. So if I just chop it down, following the outside lines, I'm not going to do obviously much to this, Joe, but to give you the idea, this could be stencils, this could be any of your backdrops, but simple bit of matting and layering. Now can you imagine a little strip of white cardstock with a sentiment? So let's do that one. Let's go about there. So if we even do, let's chop it down. So if we were to chop that down a little bit further, Joe, Let's just do this. I just want to give you the idea. Imagine maybe a stamped sentiment along the bottom, just here. You're seeing the image. You're making it bold by having that black as well as the metallic inks on top of it. You really don't need to do much at all. And then even then, what you could still do if you want, bringing in the red garnet again, Joe, and then just using the ink that's already still on my blending tool, go all the way around and just finish off that edge, giving it that bit of lightness, working it round. So we've not got that harsh dark edge, giving a bit of mix with the silver and some of the green that we've done. And then you can see, again, keeping it in. So how effective does that work? And I hate saying this, you know I hate saying this, Joe, but how much does that pop? I hate the word pop term when it comes to crafting, but how standout is it when you see that just right against the white with that metallic coming through as well? It works so well.
Really
it absolutely
gorgeous.
does.
Are they something that layer up and you can build more opacity or intensity with them? Because you know, like for instance, a quick dry ink, you stamp it, if you stamp it again, it becomes twice as bold, doesn't it?
It does.
Is that the same with metallic inks, or is it kind of down and it's filled the tooth of the card and you can't really add any more after that?
No, not at all. I've layered this back over the top, Joe.
Okay.
And if I wanted to, I could just keep going back in with more depth of the red, so we can start to get darker in some areas. Maybe if you really want to go in, and you can add the depth. If we bring in one of Debbie Fisher's favourites, if we bring in our little daubers, and we can start to really pick up the colour and really dab in the colour into here. See the difference by using the dauber against the actual blending tools. It's almost a different colour when it's
built up on the layer, isn't it? I didn't know the answer to that, Craig, so thank you. I've never seen that done before.
That's okay. And do you know something, actually? It's something that I wouldn't initially have thought of showing straight away, so I'm glad you asked that as well, because it just shows as well. People says, well, what's the difference between the daubers and the blending pads? You know, you can do relatively the same things, but look how intense that you can get that colour by using the actual applicator. And if I pull that one up...
Oh, Craig, boom, bang, a bang.
Boom, bang, a bang. If you were to even, Joe, let all that dry, you know, before we've done that additional layer in there, let that dry, go back over the top, do what we've done there, sprinkled clear embossing powder on the top, melted it, then that means that you're going to get that metallic red coming through, but you're going to get that clear overlay as well. So if you want to do that, let it all dry. If I was to sprinkle clear embossing over the top right now, a lot of this layer, although this is still quite light, if we can have a look at this, although it's quite light, Joe, that's still sticky. I don't mean tacky sticky, but it's going to stick with, or any powder is going to stick to it.
So what could we add to that then, Craig?
So we can do your embossing powder.
Right, okay.
If you want to do your embossing powder, so actually let's...
Oh, Craig, you know how much I love an embossing powder.
You do,
it's
don't
my
you?
favourite thing. I love these. Do you know what I love about Colour Me Happy and these kind of shows, Craig? Is it is just like a... You know, you can just do so much. You can take it in so many different directions, can't you? You can just...
You can.
Really, they are so versatile, which I think is absolutely awesome.
So if I do this corner just now, you're going to see how you've got that powdery look.
Oh, I love the idea of just doing it in a corner, because a lot of the time it's done all over, isn't it? It's like all or nothing. I love the idea of, you know, just a few bits of it accented. I think that's gorgeous.
So, absolutely, no, you're right, just in the corners, picking it out. So even if we do that at the moment, it's gone to that bit of a cloudy look, but certainly when it comes to the powder, it's pretty much not, it's pretty much just left all these black areas, the outlines, where there is no...
Craig, I've never seen that done. I've never seen the idea of going in with a brush, just removing the powder. I didn't realise it was that easy.
Just pick it out.
Oh, I love
that. Pick it out, taking it out as well, bit of detail.
And I guess that's great if you don't have an anti-static bag, then another way of doing it.
Yeah,
fabulous, love that. Top tip there, Craig.
So working our way in, because they will get little bits where the powder is stuck in between the lines. So this is where bringing in that embossing, bringing in the paintbrush just to pick out the lines. I'm not going to do it all. Alternatively, Joe, leave it on, leave the powder on, and then what will happen is it'll still go clear, but you're still going to see that black against the red. So let's bring in our heat tool. Just quickly going to let that come up to temperature. And probably on this part here, Joe, we'll really start to see it melt as it comes to life. So let's bring in, I don't want to burn my fingers, so holding it on now. Look at where my poker tool
I
is.
love
Look at that
this,
melting.
Craig. The idea of it changing, I think, is awesome. It is the most satisfying thing, isn't it?
Look at that.
You're such a pro there, Craig, keeping it moving to keep it in shot. Love it.
Keeping it still, key thing when it comes to your heating tool. Hold it still.
And this, I think, is the genuine sort of excitement of what our crafters are going to do when they get this home with products like this, isn't it, Craig? They're going to get it home, they're going to stamp some stuff out, they're going to play around with the different techniques. People are going to get it home and play with it in exactly the same way you are here. You know, come up with their own ideas of using it. I think that is such a fun thing about so many of the products that we sell.
Just letting it melt.
Gorgeous, Craig.
And because we've only gone in that corner, we could have gone over that full lot if we wanted to. But if I pick this one up now, we're getting that sheen.
Shiny!
We're still getting that metallic look that you can see as well. But isn't that just exquisite?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely gorgeous, Craig. It really is. And something that I think all of our crafters can achieve at home when they get these home as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Without being disrespectful to that, Joe, it's sprinkling powder over the top.
Absolutely.
That's
I reckon even I could. Well, maybe not that easy. But anyway, right, what I want to share with you is don't forget every single one of you that is ordering, placing an order over £15 or $15 is going to, of course, receive our free Rose Garden paper pad, which I think is brilliant. All you got to do is spend £15 or $15 after your Club Inspired discount and you will receive this, which is absolutely awesome. So do grab that, but it is only while stocks last. And do you know what? It's my last day today, so if it sells out, Craig, that's a Ben problem, not a Joe problem.
Yeah.
I'll let Ben deal with that.
And do you know
However,
what?
there is a Joe.
I'm not in the weekend either,
Are you
so it's
not
not
either?
my problem either.
Not your problem either. It's George Squared's problem though. They're in all weekend. I feel bad for George Squared. Can I just apologise to George and George in the gallery because it is their Monday today, Craig, and it is our Friday, and we must be intolerable today. I'm going to go as far as say we're intolerable.
Yeah, good.
I talked about the pad running out being a Ben problem. I have got a Joe problem though. 30%, a third of the ink pads have sold out in the show already. I worry that they're going to go in the show, Craig. So I'm going to whiz back through the ones that I don't have. There's two I don't have boards for, and I'm just going to grab them first. Amethyst and Rose Satin. So let me just grab them. Where's the amethyst? Oh, there's the amethyst. And is that the Rose Satin? Yeah, they are. These two here. So let me just grab these for you and show you. These are the two I don't have a board for. I just wanted to show you that colour before we move on. So the amethyst is that lovely blush purple, and the Rose Satin is kind of a, I don't know, it's a bit of a sort of fuchsia, like a muted fuchsia. Let's go with that, muted fuchsia. So you've got those two. What you've then got as well, of course, are all of these ones here as well. So you're going to get the blue organza, which is beautiful. And we've done the stamped it onto a Schmetterling just to show you how it goes. You've got jade green here. You've got the pink lace. There's also bronze. Schmetterling. You've got the blush there. Rose gold, and silver. I think Schmetterling sounds like a villain from Bond. What is it you want, Mr. Schmetterling? I love it. But he's really a crafty villain / superhero, Craig. That's what he is. I need to not do a German accent. I'm sorry if I've offended anyone there. I have got lots of German friends, and I absolutely love all of them. Right, let's move on. We're getting giddy. You wouldn't know it was there Monday, would you?
No, you wouldn't. I think they're more giddy than we.
Be like by Friday. Poor Ben turning up tomorrow. Evelyn says, beautiful. I have not thought about doing this with metallic pigment ink pad. So thank you, Craig. Now, liquid inks, should we go through? Right, I'm going to give you the colours. These are all the individual colours, right? I don't have all of them, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to point out the individual ones as we go. So, this is what you're getting here with these. You're getting a 30ml pot. I think, I'm going to put my neck on the line, right, and say, of all the mediums we've got the ink in today, we've got it in the ink pads, the markers, and the pots. I think the pots are potentially the most versatile sort of container or medium of using them, if you will. There's an applicator, I can't remember. Right, so the ones that I've got in stock for you in the singles are gold plate, which is this one. Limited stock. Shut the front door. If it's in your basket, you need to check it out immediately if you want the gold plate. We've also got the silver ingot, which is this one just here. Limited stock. If it's in your basket, check it out. We've also got the antique bronze, which is this one just here. Oh my word, my little cream horns, what you're doing, you're clearing us out. It's limited stock. What's next? Pewter, which is this one up here. 80% gone. Wowzers. Got burnished copper, which is this one just here. That is also limited stock. Cleaning us out, Craig.
Completely.
The ancient bronze, which is the one above just there, 80% gone as well. Wowzers. Guys, if you've got any of these in your basket, you need to check them out. The aged copper as well, which is this one here, extremely limited. 2% of the stock is remaining. You know it's limited when George reiterates, the other George reiterates just how extremely limited that is. They're having a lovely time in there today, they are. All of those, $3.49 or $4.99, right? That's a half price deal. If you're a platinum member there, you're looking at £2.79 or $3.99. Then what we've got are the 4-packs. So what you get is 4 pots of the 30 mils in each one of these, right? A lot of them have the same colours in, but it's whether you want to dip your toe. If you're a dipper toe in with the pots, you're going to have to be quick because they're going to go in a moment. Have we got deeper stocks of the 4-packs, George? Slightly deeper stocks for the 4-pack, but not much. The 4-packs do represent better value for money as well, is what I would say, than buying the individual. So this is your first one, which is a rich metallics that you've got there. Really, really awesome colours. Gold plate, silver ingot, ancient bronze and the pewter. You've then got this one, which is the antique florals, which is the antique pearl, the village satin, the vintage satin, the green citrine, and the rose gold. This one's the vintage metallics. This one, oh, hang on, we're going back. The antique florals. No, limited.
Green on the screen, which means
the stock is lean. Oh, do you like that as saying?
Yeah.
Do you know that it reminds me of a certain presenter?
That's why I'm saying it.
Oh,
because
okay.
he's not here, so I've kind of adopted it when he's not here.
Oh, who says it?
Ben.
Oh, sorry, no, I was thinking of someone else.
Oh no, it's Ben. Yeah. So it's green on the screen, which means
the stock is lean. I didn't realise that was a.
That's not it.
Oh, is it? What does it mean? Oh, I thought it was if there's green on the screen, the stock is lean.
It means it soon won't be seen.
Ah, so is the rich metallics soon to not be seen? Soon to not be seen. Antique florals.
Unexpected item in the bagging area.
Oh, Craig. How are we going to get through the show? The only one that's not limited is this one, the vintage metallics. Right. Not limited. Will be seen for longer than the other two that are to not be seen. Right, metallic markers. We need a moment. I'm going to give myself a nosebleed in a minute at this rate. I've also got for you here the metallic markers. Now, I want to tell you how this deal came about, right? Because we used to do these at a knock your socks off deal as a buy 2, get 1 free. So you'd pay for 2, we'd send you 3, right? Then one of the packs sold out, so we did it as a buy 1, get 1 free. Now we've only got 1 in stock, so we had to do it at a half price. It means that if you ever wanted to dip your toe in and try our metallic markers, now you can, because you can get them today as a platinum member for an unbelievable £4.79 or $6.78. You've got the antique bronze, the aged copper, the rose gold, the tarnished silver, the vintage satin and the antique pearl. Now you've got 2 nibs on here. You've got the brush nib and you've got the bullet nib. You can draw with them. You can stamp with them. You can colour onto glass, ceramic, plastics, acetate, vellum. They are one of the most versatile products and pens that we have in the entire range. They're selling though really, really quickly. I can see a lot of you got very full baskets wanting to check out specifically with the ink pads the inks and the ink pads. Let's just give you a moment to place your orders, and what we'll do is we'll share with you all the details on how you can watch and shop at the same time. So yes, you never need to miss a deal or a demo. I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. All the details there of how you can watch and shop at the same time, which is fantastic. What is going on this? Why do I look like I've got a piece of Lego on my hair as a hair? Look at it. Why is it? How is it square now, Craig? What's going on? Look at the state of it. You look like a little Lego man, don't I? I really need help with this. Sarah did say I really need help with all of this needs help, Craig. Sarah did say she cut it for me yesterday, but we didn't get around to it. Didn't have time.
Does she cut hair?
Well, she reckons she can, but if if owning clippers means you can cut hair, then yeah. She cut Charlie's hair in the summer, and there were a lot of tears, put it that way. But apparently she's been cutting Simon's, and Simon's looks all right. So I'm going to find out a week on Monday when the barbers are opening, and then I'm going to make an executive decision as to whether I'm going to let someone have a go at it or not. But who knows? What do you guys think? Should I let Sarah cut my hair? Let me know in the comments.
Might do it on a Facebook
yes or
Live.
No. Sorry?
Do it on a Facebook Live.
Yeah, maybe.
Charity. Let Sarah cut
No, it's not all coming off, Craig. We did that. I did that once before. Do you remember?
I'm so tempted to. When I tidied this up last week, I was so tempted to just go like that as well.
All the way off. It is easier, but the problem is then I went on holiday. I used to get really bad sunburn. So I really burnt my head very badly in the summer, so it didn't really work out for me. Anyway, let's go back to the metallic markers. Craig, I know you love these, and I can't believe you can get these for £4.79. And do you know what? Everyone that's ordering the show, I think every basket should have a packet of those markers in for £4.79. Loads of you multi-ordering, put them away as gifts, Craig. You know those gifts that you need when you've forgotten someone at Christmas or whenever it is, usually at Christmas, isn't it? Someone comes around, they give you a present, you go, oh, I'm so glad you got me a present because I've got you something as well. And you're, what am I going to do? You go upstairs, get metallic markers out. Beautiful gift for anyone, really.
That's it, yeah. For that price, they're not going to know either. And as you say, they're metallic, the different things that you can do with them. And also, they are the brand of Spectrum Noir. And just to say as well, when it comes to many of our brands, certainly when it comes to Classics and even the Tri-Blends, there is top of the artists out there that are using Spectrum Noir. So you know that it is a great big, company under the umbrella of us. So what we're going to do now is let's focus on these metallic markers. So I'm going to bring in our stamp, and I'm going to bring in the one that says enjoy. We've got these on the show as well, Joe. I know that they're on the website anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring in my larger stamping platform. So let's just bring in our 8x8 because I don't know where my 6x6's gone. So I'm going to pop that one into the middle. And then we're going to bring in our pen, and we're going to bring in the vintage satin for this one here. Now within these ones here, what you've got is you've got your finer bullet nib on one end, and then you've got more of a bit of a flexible brush nib on the other side that you can see. So what I'm going to do is I've got it sitting at an angle, and I'm going to go over the top, Joe. So I'm going to colour over the top of the stamp. So we're going to colour over the top, working back and forwards. We're going over, working all over the top, working all over the top that you can see here. Going to work my way over. So as I would do when it comes to the stamps, instead of dabbing over the top.
Can't believe the coverage. So are these, with these being water-based, Craig, do we have to work really fast with them, or do they have a pretty good kind of open time? Because I know with aqua markers, for instance, on a stamp, you'd have to be super fast, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I've gone over here, and I'm actually going to huff on these, Joe. I'm going to...
Don't you threaten me.
Going to have a huff. Not a hissy fit.
The stroppy Scotty. Is he back? He's having a huff. Gone. He's gone. Packed him in. He's finished.
I'm going to go over the top. Now this is just on our white at the moment, but you'll see the difference when I pull that away. So we're going to peel that one off. Now obviously I've gone in different directions. Go up and down, up and down. No,
I love that, Craig. Do you know what it looks like? Have you ever seen like a piece of metal when you get an angle grinder and you go over it and it has like that amazing sort of like, I was going to call it something that I'm not going to call it then, but it's got like a mark over it, like a brush mark.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I was going to say skid mark, that's not what it is. I was like, don't say it.
But what I was going to do actually a continuation of that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that to the side, and when we go back and forwards to you, Joe, I'm going to come back to that and do something else and show you later on. In other words, what I'm trying to say is we're going to leave it like that, and I'm going to show you how well that you can make that work forwards. But what I'm going to do now is if I then bring in our, let's go in with, now where are we? Let's bring in our next one. So if I go in pearl, antique pearl for this one here, actually let's go for a few. Let's go for these ones. So we're going to go for the antique pearl, we're going to use the vintage satin again, we're going to use the rose gold, let's use the tarnished silver as well. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a bit of black cardstock. This is where you're going to see a lot of the black card being used when it comes to the metallic. And what I'm going to do here is let's go over the top. So I'm going in with my pen. I'm just scribbling X in over the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to go back and forwards, Joe.
Awesome.
Giving that a scribble. And then we can alternate the colours that we're doing.
When do you huff? Is it only with certain inks? And do you ever huff and puff?
Just huff.
Just huff, never puff?
Just to get a bit of the condensation coming back, just so it activates the ink.
And is it the moisture then in your breath that reactivates it?
It is, yeah.
Don't huff on someone else's stamp though, it's not COVID friendly.
Yeah.
Only huff on your own
Huff on your own stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, some things going on in the world like just now, you maybe wouldn't necessarily do it on others, but if it is yours, it's only you that's going to be using them, then yeah, absolutely fine.
Lots of people chatting away, Craig. Lots of hair talk. Do you want to hear some hair talk?
Yeah, let's do it.
Some interesting comments. Tammy's is the Tammy's is the most interesting of all the hair comments. Tammy says, "No, Joe, I like your hair a little longer like this. I want to put my fingers through it like I do to my son."
Okay.
I know. Molly says, "Lego man, lol." Jenny says, "Joe, let Sarah do a number 4 all over, and it's not that short and it'll soon grow back." Well, because it's grown really long, I was kind of hoping to keep the front and have a quiff again, Craig.
Right, okay.
And really have an over-the-top quiff again. We'll see. Yeah, Sandra says, "Have it cut in the show. Do it for charity. Sarah will be up for it." Kathy says, let Sarah cut your hair. Yes, Joe, go live. Craig, get the scissors, Teresa says. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure even Craig would think that was a good idea. You getting the scissors and doing my hair.
I know that was on about last Friday. Last Friday on Craft Vault, at the end of the day, me and Ben were talking about hair as well.
Ooh.
And
is Ben's hair getting a bit wild as well?
Yeah, I did safely and correctly walk around the studios chasing him with scissors.
Right,
scissors in my hand like that.
Yeah.
But as if I was going to cut them, and he thought I was. So he'd done a runner.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit lethal, Craig.
I know.
What goes on when I'm not here? I need to start tuning in on the days I'm off to see what happens. Really love that, Craig. And nice to see all the colours together as well.
Nice, isn't it?
Really lovely.
Something different, but the reason that I've done that is...
Do you know what else you might be able to... Like, I've seen do... I think I saw something I saw Sarah do, the pigment ink. Maybe it's Debbie, actually, Debbie Fisher, where she used washi tape or low-tack tape and then did it and pulled the Rotac over, you know, to get like a really harsh straight line. Yeah, as well.
That works quite well.
And in fact, I guess you could go back to any of our inky shows. You know, like we do the ink pad masterclasses, Craig.
Yeah.
Go back to those. Anything you see done with the pigments, am I correct in saying you'd be able to do them with these? Mm-hmm. There you are. So you're going to have loads of inspiration over on our website. Make sure you go do that.
Absolutely, you can do that. All these different things that you can be doing. So what I'm doing is I've taken the Not All Girls, and this is the Quirky Sentiment stamp. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop that one over the top, and I've brought in the silver. So I'm going to stamp my silver over the top, Joe. And the reason that I've done that one is because I'm going to stamp onto here. Now this one I dried because we're going to use embossing powders again. If I didn't dry this off, then what would happen? The powder would stick to some of that. So bringing in our sentiment, and I'm going to stamp over the top. So if we stamp that into place, remove that. Now look at, see, look, I've missed down there. Can I? This is where your large platform with your magnetic discs come in perfectly. So I'm going to stick my head in the way. I'm going to
go for it, Craig. We can see you're not grey, Craig. Do you know my greys have got so bad in the last sort of 3 months?
Have they?
Yeah, I think what happens is I realise, because my hair gets lighter in the summer, you don't notice them, and then you've got a year's worth of new greys at the end of when you get back to winter. That is nice. Not all girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice. Some girls are made of sarcasm, wine, and everything fine.
Everything
That's Georgina,
fine.
that is.
Now you can leave that. That is the silver pigment ink pad. You can leave it like that if you want. What I'm going to do is, let's see, I've got some clear embossing powder. So let's go over the top. And let's go over the top. And because this is the silver and this is the pigment, it's going to stick. Because exactly that, it's pigment. So let's take a bit of scrap card or paper, and I'm going to tap that excess off. So now that embossing powder has stuck to the ink.
So how have you managed to get the embossing powder to not stick on the back bit?
I dried it with the heat.
You dried
gun.
it with a heat tool, right?
Heat tool, yeah.
I didn't know you could dry them with a heat tool. In my head, I thought they'd like bubble up, or
Nope.
it might crack, or the heat would affect it. That's really good to know, then, Craig.
Yeah.
And so if you wanted to really intensify the layers, could you? You know, you added layer wet on wet on wet.
Mm-hmm.
Could you add a layer dry, and get a different effect?
Of course you could.
Awesome,
Yeah.
love that, Craig.
Absolutely, you could, yeah. So what we'll do is let's kind of do that just in a moment. Let's melt this one. And this is clear embossing powder that I've used. So therefore, we're still going to get the silver coming through, but what we'll also get is that really shiny coating over the sentiment. So we can run that one over. And even when it's small font like this, as soon as it melts, work the way along. So there is that now melted.
Could you question? I know I'm asking you a lot of questions
No, go
today,
for
aren't I? I just try and I think maybe our viewers, maybe you guys think the same at home. Maybe you think, what on earth is he on about? Could you? I know they are very similar, but could you put your pigment ink pad, stamp your sentiment in a regular pigment ink pad, and stamp that over, and then heat emboss it on top of the metallic pigment inks, or would they not work because they're two of the same?
Say that again.
So you did that there. You did a metallic background. You dried it.
Yep.
You printed in metallic, heat embossed it. Could you have done a metallic background but printed with our regular pigment ink pads? Could you have done like the parakeet from the pigments, for instance?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Stamp with that, heat embossed that, and then gone back over.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So the two work together. The pigments
do.
and the metallics work beautifully together. Okay.
The only thing you
Gosh,
need
that was
to-
a really poorly worded question. Sorry, Craig.
No, that's okay. The only thing you need to watch for is depending on the colour you use and if you're doing it onto a
Awesome.
black, dark background. But here we go. So all that I've done is what you just mentioned a minute ago, Joe. So going back over once that one had coloured, but doing your bit of a backdrop using the pens. So if you don't want
Love
to be
it.
artistic with them, you don't have to be. You can literally do some lines. And I've got, let's take our, where's my tape runner? Let's bring this one in. And I'm going to go round with my adhesive. So this is just going to be a really nice, quick little tag. No, it's not. It's going to be a card. It could be a tag. So let's press that in. And then even on to craft card, which you wouldn't always think, but always think about craft when it comes to metallic, because it works really well. So if I pop that one on, press that one into place. Now we've got a nice little card. We've created our very quick backdrop of a colour with the wash of the pen. It's not even a wash, we literally went over the pen. Stamped out the sentiment as well. Other than the outside, no mats and layers, no additional layers. Really need that quick card. You can do that quick card, but in a very artistic way. It's just something a bit different as well.
Absolutely gorgeous, Craig. Really, really love that. I think it's really fantastic. Very effective, very simple. I think if you are batch making cards, what a great way to go as well. And also, you know, as I said before, I remember Debbie doing something similar, but using tape to get a clean, crisp line. It's completely up to you, however you want to take these. Apparently, according to Reza, a lot goes on when I'm not here, Craig.
Does it?
All the drama happens apparently. She's just letting me know. I'm gonna have to tune in, aren't I, on some of the days, see what's going on. Leanne says I'm addicted to you two. Joe, tell Craig I've made some roses today. I use a couple of the 3 sizes and I use the ball tools. They look like pink Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts.
You
know.
do.
Do you know what though? Brussels sprouts, slice them up, Craig. Bacon, fry bits of bacon in butter and then throw the Brussels sprouts in.
You know what you need?
Sorry?
Do you know what you need?
What?
A poopa scooba.
And a hella skella.
Poopa scooba.
Well, you got to tell people, we were wandering around before the show, right? Craig was doing his little cheer for Tracy that he did at the start of the show and saying that over and over and over again. He was like I was a man on the edge. I wasn't sure we were going to be able to go live at one point, right? A Flower says, these markers are so pretty, I keep forgetting to use them. Thank you for the inspiration as always. Flower, you are more than welcome. Right. Markers, I need to recap these old markers. Very busy on these. Half price. I mean, you're never going to find a more affordable time to grab these. £4.79 or $6.78 to grab as a platinum member to grab our markers. Amazing. Try me price. We will restock, of course. At some point, we will restock these, and you'll be able to come back and get the other two collections. But absolutely, get these now and try them. If you love them, come and get the other ones that we've got on the show for you. Right, moving on.
Me, and you'll see a little bit of imagination.
If we sing too much, we'll have to pay for it, Craig. We'll get in trouble.
10 seconds, I've been told.
10 seconds, is it?
10 seconds.
That's quite a long time. Right, we're going to move on. Flower stamps, love these. Right, and these are the sentiment ones that we've got, which shows awesome. So, Craig used these a little bit earlier, and they're the words, which is fantastic. So you could heat emboss and then use a different colouring medium. Maybe, Craig, maybe you could heat emboss these with a clear watermark one and then use the metallic pencils. We saw some great samples doing that. Yes, oh, I'm getting the knowing eye. He's giving me the wink. He's a right little winker, it is, our Craig. You've also got congrats in here as well. You've got enjoy, sorry. That's what we're saying to our bosses after this show. Sister, which you've got there. Hello, thanks, and friend. Oh, just funny that song you started singing is one of the songs me and my friends sing to each other all the time. Sisters, Centura Pearl. Oh my giddy aunt, this is gorgeous. Now, we've put together this collection to perfectly complement the metallic inks, right? I'm going to go through them. White gold, green gold, pale gold, bronze, and the rose. Look at that. Kapow. Boom, banger, bang. That is gorgeous, isn't it? How delicious is that cardstock? You need that. £10. 10 English pounds. 14 US dollars. That's awesome. That means as a Club Inspired Platinum member, you can get hold of these. I've got to check. That can't be right, surely. £8 or $11.20. Shut the French door. Shut the French door. What? So shut the French door and the Italian door and the Swedish door. Shut them all. I don't know what's going on, Craig. Now, also in the metallic range as well, we have got the fantastic pen. Molly just says these two are cracking me up today. We always have fun, don't we, Craig? Maybe a little more than we should. Everyone's gone home in the office anyway. They finish at 4 on a Friday, Craig, so we can't get told off. Right, we've got the pencils on the show. Look at the usual price on these pencils. £10.39. They're normally... I don't know why I got so many zeros there. They were very expensive, these, Craig. They were $12.99 or $14.99 when we first bought them. You've got a 20% saving. Now, the great thing is, this is a whole collection, £10.39 to get all of these. There's no more to collect. So you've got in here the light blue, green, purple, silver, gold, rose gold, yellow, pink, mica, blue, violet, and the nickel as well. And look at how beautifully they come packed as well. Let me just show you. Look at the colour of... I love that the colour of the pencil is the actual pencil, Craig. How awesome is that? It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very awesome.
Hey, just checking. So do grab those whilst they're in stock, whilst they're on that great price. Randy Griggs says, Joe, you need a slick number 1 faded into a 2, into a 3, low on top with a little colour. You would look hot, right, girls? What colour would I go? If I was going to colour my hair, what colour would it be? What colour should I put on it, Randy? Let me know. Pink.
Blue rinse. Blue rinse. Blue rinse. Do you know what I did think about dyeing my hair recently, last summer? Silver, Craig, with like a blue tinge. You know when that was all the rage? To have like white hair, sort of silvery white hair. Craig just looked at me in absolute disgust. Didn't even say anything. He didn't say anything, just carried on with his writing. There's only one person in this world that should and could have silver hair.
Who?
And that's only one presenter.
Who?
The legend that is Mr. Schofield.
Oh, yeah. But his is not purple silver. His is like naturally silver. This would be like ice white with a silver blue tinge to it. It's going to be gorgeous one day. Whilst I've still got hair, it's going back at a rate of knots, I assure you. Susie T says, OMG, this cardstock is fantastic. I got it before Christmas. It's so beautiful. What a price. What a price indeed. Now, I know we've got something to do next. Just a quick question, Craig, before we move on. Will the ink pads, they'll stamp out, were they all right, on Centura Pearl? Because I know it's got quite a shine to it. Will these inks dry okay on Centura Pearl?
What I would do, very similar when it comes to the normal pigment, because obviously the Centura Pearl and because of the ink, what I would do is I would heat emboss over the top.
Okay.
Because it's going to rub off
And that'd
because of
seal
that
it.
kind of like that coating.
Awesome.
Same with if it's adorable, scoreable, stamp, do bossing powder, seal it with your heat and you'll be fine.
But great maybe to make things like your card blanks out to mount up your metallic ink projects onto. You guys have been sending loads of pictures in of your galentines, me and my gal. So let's share a few of those. And we've got some works of art. Let's show. Oh, wow. Look at this from Rosalind Russell.
Wow.
Kapow!
Kapow! Look at that glittery chest.
Why do I look a bit like Lionel Richie? I know that is awesome. So this was basically, for anyone that doesn't know, this was a download that is still available from our website where you can download it and you can colour your own Joe. I've got loads of them. People sent them in to me. And I've got them all printed out, ready to go in my downstairs loo.
Do you?
My hair was done with the metallic inks. Look at that. I've got a nice bit of colour there. It was obviously summertime. I've got this shirt on. Yeah, I love that, Rosalind. Thank you so much. Now, on to Galentine's. Patty and Sam. Oh, I love that Patty's girlfriend is her doggo. Look at that cute doggy. What sort of dog do we think that is, Craig? I think it is a Labradoodle.
No, I don't know.
Maybe. Patty, let us know what sort of doggy that is. It's an adorable one, obviously. Dee sent us this one in. She's down the boozer with her mates, Craig. Love that.
Love that.
Yeah. Boozer is pub. That's what we call it. It's like a colloquialism, isn't it?
Very big glasses of wine and Prosecco.
Is it wine? What's that yellow one at the front on the left? Oh, I think that might be orange juice.
Might be
there's
orange
definitely. I can definitely see a mimosa or two there. Dee, you look like having a wonderful time. Look at Patty. Where's Patty? Is Patty at Land's End? I'm not sure. Maybe she is. Who knows? Patty, let us know where you are. Look at her with her friends. How gorgeous.
So nice, isn't it? What a gorgeous picture of them all together, but even look at that backdrop as well. It just complements it well.
Absolutely stunning, isn't it? Terry sent this one in. Oh, Terry, I love this.
Oh, wow.
That looks like a shirt you own, Craig.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. Oh, look at all the flowers everywhere. Look at that backdrop. Is that streamers or is that wallpaper? Oh, no, it's streamers.
Yeah,
I thought, it was like colours of paint and it's just started to drip down the wall.
Oh, my gosh, Craig, you've given me an idea.
Have I?
Yeah, I've got a wall at home and I do not know what to do with it. And you know, I love a bit of colour in my life. But my apartment's quite grey and blue. And I've got this little alcove where my TV goes. And I thought, what am I going to do with like the space above the TV? Imagine if I just had like random primary colours and they were all like running down the wall.
What about getting some of our Collal glue gel syringes, fill it with paint or colour and just squirt it at the top and let it...
I think the only thing is it sounds great in practice, but if it goes up and it looks awful, you've got to deal with it then, haven't you?
You do.
And how are you going to deal with it? And knowing me, it'll be all over the wooden floor as well.
Well, obviously you would put protection down on the bottom.
Yeah, maybe you could hang it up somewhere, do it onto a canvas that's exactly the same size, and then somehow adhere the canvas to the wall after. If you've got a better idea, let me know. I'd love to do something like that.
With the canvas, Joe, you could control it as well. You could start to tip it in different directions as well. It's an option.
Love that, Craig. So many ideas. Maybe we could do a Facebook Live. And he might do a Facebook Live. Right, Randy's come back. She says, purple highlights. Hot, 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 Joe. And R.S. Strickland just says, Lionel Richie, crying face, crying face, crying face, crying face, crying face. Right, keep getting your questions in. Any questions you've got, any pictures you want to share with us, whether they're galentines or colouring or anything else really. Let's see, we're into the second hour. Let's see what mischief we can create in the second hour, Craig. It is still very busy. I'll give you a recap on the pots of inks soon as well, because I think a lot of them were on the brink of selling out, Craig. But pencils for now, I think, I've always thought, Craig, pencils, because we just use them at school for colouring in, I think some people just overlook them or think, why would I want to use a pencil? But they are really undervalued, aren't they?
They are, yeah. A lot of people actually poo-poo pencils. and actually poo-poo them. They're like pencils, like you say, just what you're going to find at school and colour with. Again, these are Spectrum Noir. These are the top quality. Spectrum Noir, at the head of Spectrum Noir is Leanne. It is her baby. So within these ones here, you've got the best of the best. So when it comes to the colour, what I've done here is I've just taken a backdrop. This was in one of our past colouring books that we done. You can create the same effect, different obviously image, but all that you would do is take one of your stamps. Maybe you've got the peony, the big 8x8 backdrop stamp. Stamp that and do clear embossing. This is where you're going to get this sort of effect here that you'll be able to see. So if we can have a look at this one here. So George, if we could have a look at this one. Here we go. So if we have a look, so this is what it's going to be looking like. So this is what you can do with any of your stamps and do the clear embossing onto your black card. So you get this effect here. So what we're then going to do is let's go in with our pencils. So I just like to take my pencils out just so that I have them sitting at the side here. Now we've got, look at that whole array of colours that you can see within these ones here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to build upon that colour. So I'm going to take two of these green ones. So let's go for it says yellow, it's more of a very light, kind of like pastel green. And then this one we've got is called green. So what we're going to do is if I bring in one of these, let's even start with the leaves. So I'm going to go in light to start with, Joe, so we can start to build up that colour. So what I'm going to do is colour that in, starting at the base, and I'm working my way in. So working our way in.
How much pressure are you applying here, Craig?
Very, very little.
Okay.
Very, very, I'm literally just touching.
Tickling it?
Tickling it.
Yep.
Tickling the paper when it comes to the tip of the pencil. And I'm working that way in. So I'm just going to fill it in, fill all the way up. And even if I come back still using this one pencil, we can then build upon it with this one shade. So we're just working our way in, as I say. So let's finish that one off. And then what I can start to do is I can start to build up into all of these shaded areas if I want. So little and often, just building that one up, working it in, looking into all these little detail lines, depending, of course, what ones you are using.
Very cathartic, Craig,
Thank you, George.
isn't it?
It is very, very cathartic. You can
I almost wish you'd have stamped me one out and I'd have sort of coloured along with you, Craig, to be honest.
I should have given you one of these,
Should've.
Should have given you one of these. So it really is, as you say, cathartic. It's good just to completely forget about anything that's going on. And let's face it, yes, I know we've got a lot of bad things in our life sometimes, obviously with what's going on in the moment, you want to forget about. It's not a bad thing to forget about the good things going on. What I mean by that is it's good sometimes just to clear your mind completely, good or bad. Focus on the colour, it's kind of refreshing the brain, it's just letting you relax, it's giving you that time to just deep thoughts, deep breathing, and then focus on the colouring.
Craig, here's an idea.
What's that?
How about I take that colouring download, get it blown up and made into a stencil. I could stencil that on my wall, can you imagine?
That is
How ridiculous would that look?
No, not at all.
Oh, can you imagine? It's a massive stencil, like an A1 stencil. Above the TV. Imagine that looking down at you.
Yeah. G.I. Joe looking down. Gemini
Joe.
Gemini Joe looking down on you. That would be good.
Ro got these in a mystery bag, so she's really excited to see how to use them. She hasn't she hasn't actually got them out yet. It was PPE Pam that said make it into a stencil and stencil the wall. Of course it was Pam. She's a right old trouble cause of that, Pam, you know. She isn't really. We love you, Pam. Yeah, PPE. She's called PPE Pam because she made her own PPE during the first lockdown, Craig, with pieces of elastic and A4 sheets of acetate, and it was one of the funniest things we'd ever seen here at Crafters TV. And we had Pam on as one of our first ever Craft House guests Skyping in. It was absolutely legendary. It's still over on the website somewhere, actually. You'll be able to go and find it. I think it was back in July, just as the lockdown was easy. It was very, very funny. Lots of you still sending in your Galentines. Please keep them coming. I've sent one in as well of me with my gal pals and boy pals. Have you sent one in, Craig?
I forgot to send one in.
Well, maybe like under the next piece of video, you could find one quickly and send it in.
Have I got time for this show, or will I do it in Craft Vault?
Well, you could do it in Craft Vault.
Okay, when we come back to you then, Joe, I'll do that.
And also our social media superstar, Colleen, sent her one in as well, which is awesome.
I just say, I know obviously with our social media team, we don't always give a big shout out, but big
They
shout
are,
out to,
I know.
Colleen.
We need to get in the habit of telling people who our social media
I know.
superstar is at the start of every show. It's Colleen today.
It is Colleen.
Tracy is our backstage superstar today as well. When it's George squared, it's always Tracy. That's how you know, you see. Done the same shift.
Ah, never worked that one out.
And then when it's Johnny and Charlotte, it's Jake. There you go.
Okay.
But make sure you follow Crafters TV on Facebook, because we do loads of behind the scenes stuff and spotlight stuff and take you around and introduce you to all the crew. I think you know pretty much everyone now, don't you guys at home? Pretty sure you do.
Just to say as well, we've had a lot of requests lately to see Adam on Wake Up Call. And
Adam, on Wake Up Call, yeah.
He is going to be on Monday.
Is he Monday? This coming Monday?
See, he's on Monday.
Have you been filming something special for that today?
Maybe.
Oh.
That's not necessarily for Monday, but it's coming soon.
Oh, not for Monday?
No.
Oh.
I thought it was for next week. It's not actually for next week. It's for a couple of weeks' time.
Ah, okay. Christine Mahoney says, but you're a star, Joe. You belong on a giant wall. Make it graffiti. Like, I can't graffiti my own house. That seems a bit counterproductive. Christine, where were you yesterday? I was here waiting for you to give me the countdown timer for the demo of the show. Christine, are you going to be our demo of the show timer today? You need to let me know at 22. Are you up for it, Christine? We couldn't find you yesterday. I was heartbroken. Absolutely heartbroken, Craig.
What was it she does?
She was meant to let me know that I had to do the demo at the end of the show, to do the demo of the week. And Christine wasn't here and I didn't remember, and then, yeah, all the wheels fell off. And George doesn't remember either of them, to be honest. Tracy says, I just got these metallic pencils, haven't tried them yet. Maybe today's the day. Maybe today should be the day. If you are used to using, like, colouring pencils that we used as children, you know, you haven't experienced anything until you grab these, because the quality of the pigment that's in here, it's pure pigment, is amazing. There is no talc, there is no filler in these whatsoever. They are made and manufactured to such an incredibly high standard as well, which is absolutely incredible. They've got that gorgeous wax. And they will blend into each other as well, which is fantastic. So you've got so many different things that you can do with these. Craig, I can't believe it's 5:10 already.
I know.
The time is absolutely flying, isn't it? It really is getting away from us.
Flying in. So what I've just done on this side here is I just coloured in with the lighter green and then gone into these highlighted areas with the darker green to pick it out. And then on this one, what I've done is I went over the base with the pink, and I'm now going over with the violet. The violet, I'm going a little bit more heavy-handed, getting more heavier the more layers I pop on. I'm maybe going to come maybe just under halfway for this one. And then I'm going to go back, a bit like when we do with our alcohol pens. I'm kind of going to blend them ones out. So I'm going to go softly over that blended line, and we're going to pick it out, even going on top as well, just to really highlight it so we get that shading coming out. But then we can see, if we come on to that one, see how we've...
Gorgeous,
you know what that's
Craig.
like? It's very much like you've taken a paintbrush, you've taken two tones of colour, like a pink and a purple. And you know the old style when it comes...
They kind of glisten, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, glisten, it's exactly what it's like. And then you know when you'll see painters, they'll take a paintbrush like this, they'll put one colour on one side, one on the other, and then what they start to do is they work it in together, so you get that split divide that blends into each other. That's the effect that you're going to get, as if you've swirled round with the paintbrush and you're getting that colour coming through. However, what you've got within that one is that pigment within the pencil as well.
Awesome.
Works so well that you can see on here.
Love that. And not often we say 1039 gets you a whole set of anything, is it, when it comes to colouring, Craig? But with these they do, which is awesome. Actually, well, I say 1039 gets you a whole set of these. It's less than that, isn't it? Because actually, to get the pencils, with your Club Inspired Platinum discount, you'll be looking at £8 and change there to get those, which is awesome. Let me recap the colours that are in there for you as well. So you're going to get the light blue, green, purple, silver, gold, rose gold, yellow, pink, mica, blue, violet and nickel. If you like painting things like rainforest scenes and stuff like that, you know, and birds of paradise, tropical birds, these look incredible for that style of artwork. They also work so well as with kind of faces as well, and things like cars really do colour up well using those as well. Right, where are we moving back to now? So much on the show. The liquid inks we're going to go back to, right, which is these ones over here. I'm going to show you the singles Pretty much all limited stock. The ones I've got available still, these are the ones in the singles, right? The ones I'm going to share, I'll point out the ones that we've got in stock to you. So, we have got gold plate, which is this one here. We've also got the silver ingot, which is this one just here next to it. We've got the antique bronze, which is the antique bronze. Oh, where is it? I've missed it. Where has it gone? There it is down there. No, it ain't. It's that one. what am I like? Yeah. We've also got pewter, which is this one up here. Limited, they're all limited, they're basically all limited stock, the silver, the singles. We've also got the burnished copper, which is this one here. We've got the ancient bronze for you as well. Where is that? Oh, it's above it there. Oh, I'm really struggling with these, aren't I? We've also got the aged copper. That one over there. Awesome. And that's it. That's all we got. Brilliant. Brilliant. And we've got some 4-packs for you as well. £2.79 as a Club Inspire Platinum member to get those. We've got a great deal for you. Christine's going to set her alarm right now so she doesn't forget, Craig. Awesome. Rich Metallics, limited stock. We've also got the antique florals. These are limited stock, I believe, on the screen. You know what it means, Craig, when there's green on the screen?
It means soon won't be seen.
Soon won't be seen. It's exactly what it means. I always thought it was if there's green on the screen, stock is lean. That's what I was always told.
No, that was a continuation of what Ben used to say in another world. Yeah.
In another world. In a parallel universe. This one here.
Craft.
This one here is your vintage metallics as well. Antique bronze, aged copper, tarnished silver, and burnished copper. Right, Craig, what do you want to share with us on the liquid inks? I mean, I said it earlier, and I'm not downplaying the others when they're all very versatile. All of these products we've got for you. For me, the liquid inks probably the ones that you can do. Would you say the most amount of techniques with, Craig?
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said? No, you didn't, did you?
No, Georgina was asking me
right.
a question.
I'll say it again for you, Craig. I was saying that of all the mediums or applicators we've got in the show, the jars or pots, probably the most versatile. You can do the most techniques with them out of all of the different delivery methods.
Absolutely, yep, completely. Simply because you've got them in pot form, it just means that you've got a bigger surface that you can absolutely. Sorry, someone's been in my bag.
Oh no, what's missing?
I've got some tools missing.
Curly whirly?
No.
I put your scissors back earlier, didn't I?
Yeah, you put my scissors back.
Sarah's been in here because she was in here and she stole a load of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
She did it last night as well. Not that I'd grass her up, obviously.
Sarah, she has. I just caught my apologies. I just caught my eye. I thought someone's been in my.
What are you missing?
Flower forming tools.
Ah, Craig is like one of those people. Then, like a policeman, he goes into a room and he goes, "Someone's been in this room." That's how he is about his craft bag. He knows. Just knows. Photograph this craft bag immediately. Mm-hmm. Why do they always say that in the old films, don't they? Not like not get CSI and photograph this room.
Mm-hmm. They do. They do that. Take photographs. So if it's not photograph this room, it's X-ray the body. Like hospital shows. Mm-hmm. Grey's Anatomy always starts with taking to X-ray.
I've never seen an episode of Grey's Anatomy. I know. During the November lockdown, you look like you're scratching at Eurovision. During the November lockdown, my friend Taylor, who's in the picture that we might be able to show you, she lived in London on her own. I live in London I lived up on my own. And I sent a third one. There's a third one that I sent. First two were inappropriate, apparently. I sent a third one. I don't know where this was going. She came and moved in. We decided she was down in London on her own. I was up in Manchester on my own. They announced the lockdown, so she decided she wasn't having a nice time on her own down in London, so she decided she was going to come and live with me for 6 weeks or for the entirety of lockdown, which was within the rules, Craig. Oh, well, she was so obsessed with Grey's Anatomy, she just watched it all day, every day. I didn't watch a single episode. Do I need to give it a go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's one of those, as series go on, sometimes you find, they get a bit boring and repetitive, because it's obviously a medical drama, and with the advances that's going on with modern technology, modern medicine at the moment, it just grows and grows and grows, absolutely. I know the new series, or the current series, is a way to start this month, I think, in the UK. Anyway, we digress. Let's go into this colour. So what I was doing is, instead of shaking it, because I don't want to get all that bubbles to form at the top, I just like to go in circular motions just to mix up all of the pigment. And I've gone in with my paintbrush. I'm going to pick out the colour that we can see onto here. And what I'm going to do is I've taken one of the roses. Whenever I use this, I always get asked, where's the rose from? This single rose is from, you know, our 12 by 12 stamps that we done, the large 12 by 12 stamps.
Yes,
so that's
from the
peony.
It's the peony bouquet.
Yeah, peony one, and this is the rose that come at the bottom with it. So what I've done is heat embossed, and then I'm going to go on to vellum. This is the vellum from Sarah's Garden of Love. So we've heat embossed with gold, and we're going to pick out all of the detail on this vellum. So you get that kind of a subtle backdrop of the vellum coming through, but then what happens is we can get that
Sorry,
metallic.
remind me what you'd stamped it with, Craig.
So just our clear watermark ink pad,
Yeah,
and then I
heat
went
emboss.
over with gold embossing powder.
Lovely. Nice to see these used neat, because a lot of the time we see them maybe used as a wash, don't we? But it's good to know that you can put them on straight from the jar.
And that was exactly my thought of when I was prepping. Actually, I prepped this one last night. Not that it needed a lot of prep to it, but that's what I thought. As I know in the past, when I have demoed these, I've done washes with them. And I just thought, I couldn't remember the last time I've seen a full ink to paper technique. So I thought I would show you that you can still use them as a painted medium if you want. So you can use in your paintbrush, and you can go in and even can just pick up the colour as well. But still doing your backdrop effects if you want, still using like your spritzing tools if you want to. Another good one as well, Joe, if, I always say paintbrush and water or a water brush, always remember you've got your clear sparkle overlay as well.
Great
so
idea.
You're getting that metallic, but what you're also then going to do, I'm taking some of this excess off here from the last show that I've done, I'm going to pick out the colour with my clear sparkle.
Oh, and we're not worried about that metallic being sucked up into the sparkle ink, no?
Nope, not at all, not at all. Working that one
So
in.
it's like double sparkle, and you've got but the sparkle from the sparkle pen and the shine from the metallic,
yeah,
they are different products, aren't they? They're not the same thing, so you can layer them up.
Nope, different. Now you can be using the sparkle pen that I'm using, or we do things like our sparkle pots that you might have at home, and that is just the pot. I think actually I've got one here. So if this looks familiar to you, so this is just a clear sparkle overlay. So that's the same product that's in this pen, it's in pot form. All that you would do is just onto your glass mat, just take a little bit out with maybe a paintbrush or a pipette, mix it up, and you get the same kind of formulation as I'm getting right now. But working our way in, I'm doing it onto the vellum, do it onto the watercolour card if you want, still get a good effect or a good curvature using the watercolour card because it's a watercolour medium. But we're just going to go in, and then even then, if I still wanted to go in with a little bit of depth, I still can. That gold embossing, irrelevant of whether it's gold, whether it's white, whether it's green, whether it's black, whatever colour, it's going to create that resist. So that's resisting any of the ink that we put over the top. And once again, what I'm going to do is let's even come back into the base all around here, getting that depth in, pulling the colour out, and you can still get light and shade and depth from using that one colour.
Beautiful. It's a really lovely technique, this, Craig. The lovely Jan in Ravello. I was meant to send some pictures in the other day, wasn't I, of me and Jan chilling in Ravello, having a Prosecco. Forgot to send those in. I'll do it next week. She says, hi, Craig and Joe. I've been wanting those pencils for years. I think it's time I did. Not made my Valentine's card yet. Jan, you haven't got long. You've only got 48 hours, less than that. She says she's off to fill a basket. Have a great weekend. I will have a great weekend. In fact, Craig, what have you got planned for the weekend?
What have I... definitely a horror film. Definitely the horror film.
Oh, Craig, what are you doing there now? What's going on? Craig's going to watch a horror film where, I mean, what's the one in the shower where...
Yeah,
is it that one you're watching?
That. I was trying to... Well, I don't know, because I don't want to get...
You can say if you want. I don't think you get in trouble.
I get my vaccine tomorrow.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible news. How awesome is that?
Get my vaccine tomorrow.
Yeah.
So other than that, I'm going to be chilling out this weekend. The only reason I say I didn't know whether to say, because I know everyone's got different opinions.
Absolutely.
I'm getting mine. That's all that matters at the moment. So I'm getting that, and then I don't know. Think of chill out. Think I'm going to chill out.
Relax on a Sunday. Yeah, love a Sunday. Not really any plans. Big walk tomorrow. I'm going to walk from because you're allowed to exercise outside with one other person, aren't you, in the UK? As that's our lockdown rules, you can exercise outside one other person. So my friend Grant is going to run to my house. We're going to walk together along the canal to Ashton and back from Manchester City Centre.
Wow.
Which is about a 4 or 5 hour walk. So it's going to be a big, massive walk. It's going to be freezing cold, loads of snow along the canal. So maybe I'll put some of that on Instagram. And then I'll be going home. My friend Lee will be coming around, who is my social bubble.
Yep.
And we will be watching Melody Festivalen, the second week of that. For anyone out there, Melody Festivalen is a Swedish song contest, which I'm obsessed with because it is the precursor to something called Eurovision. And I'm hoping I might be able to make something soon to educate you about the wonderful world of Eurovision. Watch this space. And then Sunday, probably chill. Monday, the car's got to go in, Craig, and it needs a lot of things doing. There's lights on, brakes are making funny noises, so that'll be an expensive day, but that's it, that's my weekend. Let me know in the comments what you're up to. Craig, that is gorgeous.
How incredible does that look? So once again, it's vellum, just vellum, and what I've done with this one, gold heat embossing powder, and that is our watermarking pad, just to create that embossing. And then what I've done is I've coloured it in. So I did start to use just a water brush and water, but then we've gone over and finished the rest off with the clear sparkle. But see how you still get, and that's still obviously going to dry within that one. That was the antique florals that I used, and it was the vintage satin from the set that I used. But even then, it looks gorgeous now. Once that finishes drying, it's going to settle, it's going to set, but what you're going to get is that metallic look from the red coming through, but with that little bit of a hint of a sparkle.
Awesome. We're going to go back now. Don't forget about those. They're an awesome prize. They're half price. I don't think I've ever seen any of our jar inks at half price. So do grab those whilst they're on such an awesome deal. We're going to go through the ink pads now. Now remember, there's two that you're getting that are not in the bundle. So I haven't got boards for. You're going to get this one here, which is the amethyst, and you're going to get this one here, which is the rose satin. So you're going to get both of those, as well as all of the colours I'm about to share with you. So you've got blue organza, red garnet, jade green, pink lace, bronze, platinum, blush, rose gold, gold, and you've got the silver. I said blush. Rose gold. That was like a really bad game of Snap, wasn't it? So make sure you grab all of those. Very busy across them. Lots of you chatting away. Rosalind says, Colour Me Happy is my favourite show of the week. Just finished colouring The Church from the launch party show with the metallic aqua classic and illustrators. If you were going to put some of this ink into a little spritzer, sort of our Spectrum Noir size spritzers, Craig, how much would you put in?
Literally a couple of drops. Well, I say a couple. Let's say, I don't know, maybe let's say about maybe 4 drops or something.
Okay, not much.
Don't want to overfill it, because the thing is as well, you don't want to always just leave it sitting there as well. You might want to use your spritz in later on. So just do it yourself. See how many or how much that you need. If you need to use more, then of course you can pop more in as well. I would say maybe about 4 drops, because then you're getting quite a lot within each drop of a pipette. So yeah, try that and see.
Awesome. I really hope that answers the question for you. Loads of you chatting away still in the comments. Remember, with those ink pads, awesome. £47, that's $37.60 as a Club Inspired Platinum member. $76 goes to $60.80. PPE Pam, look, she sent us in a picture of her gals, Craig. Doesn't she look wonderful?
Look at
I bet
that.
they have wild times, Pam and her mates, you know. I can just sense
so.
it. Terry Dunnington, here she is with her gals down the pub, having fish and chips. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? The gorgeous Dieta has also sent us in a picture as well of her with her girlfriend. Loving the shades, ladies. Absolutely. Awesome. And here's me with my gals and guys. So there on the left is Trevor at the back. Then there's me. Then that is my friend Michael. And then on the back right is my friend Taylor. And then in the front, in the middle, is my friend Melly, who I nicknamed my little Persian cat. That was us all in Melbourne, Australia, in January last year, having a lovely time together. Good times. Maddie, her and her girls, they went to Disney World. How cool is that? Absolutely awesome there. You all look fabulous there, ladies. Lynn Harvey. Now, this was a what? A what now? A BBC night out. What's a BBC night out? I don't. Is it British Broadcasting
BBC,
Corporation?
yeah.
Who knows? Lynn, let us know what BBC means. You look like you're having a wonderful time, girls. Look at you, glamazons, the lot of them. There's an eleganza extravaganza there. Right, keep sending in your Galentine's picks, because remember, there's 6 prizes to be won today from the Galentine's picks that you've been sending in. Now, I've talked a lot about discounts in this show. We've got great discounts on all the products, but remember, your Club Inspire discount will get you even deeper discounts. If you're new to Club Inspire, here's all the details.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now, on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
What are you waiting for, indeed? Janet says, my rotation stamps arrived. Yay! So might be having a play with them this weekend. Love that. Rose says, I'm late to this party, so excuse me if this has been asked, but can the metallic markers be used in the same way as metallic ink pads?
Metallic. In some form, yeah.
Yeah, in some form. Brilliant. Christine Mahoney says, prizes are tomorrow, right? Do we have till early tomorrow to send them in? You do. We're going to be drawing 1 prize in our first craft fault show, then in the second show 2 in the third show, and then also 1 in the second craft fault as well. Pam says, talking about those pictures, we were just about to teach body pump, a weightlifting class in that gear. We always dressed up when we launched a new routine. That pink wig came in very handy when I lost my hair. We all need a pink wig, Craig. You all right?
I don't know, yeah, the camera came back to me there, I don't know.
Oh. Because you were just doing a few
when you were saying
squats.
the body part, yeah, I thought, well, you're saying body part, I thought I'll just do it my exercise.
Right, what exercise is that?
Just, you know when they do that?
Oh, just a squat, okay.
Just, yeah.
Anyway, I think we should probably do something before we get started. I need to remind you actually, don't forget, not only prizes to be won, remember everyone that spends over £15 or $15, you're going to get a free Rose Garden paper pad. Do you know why? Because it's Valentine's and we love you and we're spreading the love. So spend over £15 or $15 and that will appear in your cart after £15 or $15 after your discount, of course. So make sure you grab one of those. Right, moving on. Right, what do you want to demonstrate for us next, Craig?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the ink pads just very, very quickly as well. Let's have a quick look here, because what I had done is prepped a card. I didn't stick it together using the pot. So you can see how I just created an aperture using my nesting dies, and same with the glitter card. See how well that would look to form into a card? So that works well. And then remember that enjoy that I'd done earlier on? What I'd done is I went round it with the ice grey too. So that's what I was doing in between you going over the products, Joe. Just drew around it with the ice grey too. Awesome. And then simply a bit of matting and layering. I've gone for pink and a bit of black. Don't need much. I would probably put another black layer around the Enjoy, maybe a few other stamps or that, but look at that. That works really, really well as well. So what we can do is let's bring in a piece of our watercolour card for this one. So we've gone for 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So there is our card there. And then what I'm going to do is let's bring in our inks as well. So what we can do is let's go for amethyst and rose. Let's go for rose satin and also the amethyst. So let's go into here. And here we go. And we're actually going to do a bit of blending, Joe, with this one. Show how well that these blend.
It's funny because with the opaque ink pads or the pigment ones, you don't really think about blending them together, do you? You sort of think maybe that's more we do with sort of water reactive ones. So I think we forget sometimes that they do blend together absolutely beautifully. Maddie says she loves all the interaction between everybody at home and all at Crafters TV. We love it as well, Maddie. It's fun. It's the most interactive place, isn't it, Crafters TV? We all have a little bit of a joke. We share ideas. You guys can ask questions. It really is absolutely awesome that we have this massive crafty community, which is fantastic.
It's just so good, and there is nowhere else that do that. You know, you can instantly ask a question to Joe, and within seconds, you know, if not minutes, Ben even as well, you can answer it, whether it's me or the two Debbies or Fiona or Jan.
The two Debbies, is that how we refer to them now?
The two Debbies.
The two Debbies, I think that's really funny. I've not heard that before.
You've not heard that one before?
No.
Yeah, so you can get that straight away answer from any of us. That's just what I just think is great. So good. So what we're going to do is I've just gone in with the amethyst on this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend over the top. Keeping in mind this is watercolour card, so this is going to give you that bit of a texture look. But what I'm also going to do, Joe, is no specific way. I'm going to bring in another bit of card just so that I can hold down with my fingers. Otherwise, if I start to put my hand on there, what's going to happen is I'm going to get kind of like the oils from my finger. That's going to pull up the colour. Basically, it's going to give you that full bleaching effect.
You have a craft scene investigation look.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. Although, you saying that, right, see the other night, I was watching, it was on Channel 4, it was a programme about the police, behind the scenes of the police. Someone, and bear with me when I say this, someone had got arrested. They went to the police station.
They've been naughty.
They were very naughty. Went to the police station, but instead of getting their fingerprints taken in like the ink, it was computerised now.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was all computerised.
Some countries, Israel being one of them, I've never known security getting into a country like Israel when I went, Craig, went for Eurovision in 2019, and you have a huge interrogation before you leave in the UK at like check-in, and they electronically take your fingerprints. Yeah, it was the first time I'd ever seen it. But yeah, like that, you roll your fingerprint over this like piece of glass, and it takes your fingerprint.
Yeah. I didn't know that. You know,
we're living in the future, Craig.
You would think.
You can get McDonald's delivered now. I mean, if that isn't the future, then what is?
I know. Or you can literally just pick up from your own numbered parking space outside a building.
You can what?
From my mind.
You can pick it up from a numbered parking space.
So they now have parking spaces that are numbered.
Right.
So you order it from your house or wherever you are.
Yeah.
And it will be delivered to parking space number 3 at 5:30 in the evening. You drive into that parking space at 5:30.
What if someone else has already parked there and they get your food?
Well, they're not allowed to.
But how do they know that it's how do they know that that's you and not someone else in that car?
I don't know, I've not tried it. Maybe they'll give registration number or something, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. Well, they would know it was Georgina because she'd look ravenous, apparently, is what she said. I don't know what ravenous means. I'm not sure if I should have repeated that or not. Googling,
some
Craig,
words that we have to watch for, eh?
Someone up the what's she called?
Sorry?
What did you say? Someone's what?
No, I'm just saying there's some words that we have to watch for, some that are all innocent in general here in the UK.
Oh, no, it's fine. Ravenous means extremely hungry.
Did you not know that?
I thought I get confused between ravenous and ravishing. I don't know what ravishing means. Oh, I'm going to have to Google that. Oh dear, I'm really getting myself in it today.
I knew ravishing was hungry. And he also used to be a wrestler.
Ravishing...
Rick Rude.
Of something of exceptional beauty. It's fine. It's not. It's a good word as well. Sometimes you do say things, Craig, and as they leave your mouth, you think, does that mean what I thought it meant?
Oh, yeah.
No, definitely wouldn't use that word, Georgina.
What word?
Can't say it.
No, I was just trying to see if you would
Gosh, you guys, honestly, it's their Monday, Craig. It's their Monday. That is looking Beautiful. What I love about it is that it's got a bit of pastel tone to it, hasn't it? It's like quite earthy. I think that's a good description of it.
It is. You're so good with your descriptions today, Joe.
Thank
I don't
you.
know what you're usually good in general as it is.
Right, but today, next level.
Your descriptions are just on point.
Oh, thank you. I've had all week to practice, that's why.
You had. Good.
Yeah.
Have you been saving them all up? Have you been saving that word of a day toilet roll, sorry. Have you been saving...
Bog roll? What? Have I been saving the word of the day for what? Sorry. Come on, what are you trying to say, Craig?
Sorry, that's what I got, a toilet roll, lavatory
Toilet
roll.
roll. What about toilet roll?
Have you been saving your word of the day toilet roll up and then just been using all the words today, have you?
What, is there a toilet roll that's got words of the day on it?
Yeah. You've got toilet roll, it's got crosswords, you've got toilet roll. Well, I nearly said that there, Georgina.
No.
That was
World
a close
leaders on some of them as well. No, I didn't know you could get toilet roll with, yeah. Let's move away from the toilet roll because we're getting ourselves in all sorts of trouble, guys. What is this you're doing here, Craig?
Just flicking water on.
You're like you're like Salt Bay of the Spectrum Noir world there, flicking that water on.
Yeah, flicking salt on. So you're not going to get an overly powerful kind of faux bleaching effect with it, but you're still going to get some. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that one up, and what you'll start to see is you get some of the ink that starts to pick up. So you can see how you're getting that misty, foggy. Now you do this with your reactive inks, then that will really pull up the ink a lot. But you can still get it when it comes to your pigment metallic ink pads. So I'm going to do it again, but just keep in mind it's not as as effective. But what I'm going to do is once again, let's just pick that one up, taking any of that excess so you get more of a cloudy effect that you can see there, certainly within the middle. Then what I'm going to do is let's just take our watercolour card. So we're going to bring in our watercolour card, we're going to bring in our watercoloured ink pad. So let's bring in this one here. Let's go for Flagstone for this one. What I would also tend to do is, just because this is slightly damp with having some water on it, I would tend to even let it to air dry or go over with a heat tool, give it a bit of a waft. But what I'm going to do is let's bring in a butterfly stamp that I've got. It is from my stamp, but it is called Butterfly Wishes, in case anyone wanted to know. And I'm going to peel this one off. And I know what we're going to do is we're going to coat that in. So once again, this is our Flagstone, this is our waterproof. I'm going to tap that one on, and because it is the pigment ink pad we used, because I've spritzed with some water and also it's on watercolour card, hence why I'm using the watercoloured ink pad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp that one on. If I pull that away, see how you get that real distinctive butterfly. But then what I could do is, if you wanted to, if I bring in, let's see.
Christine Mahoney says it's that time, 20 minutes of the hour. You can always count on me. So sorry for yesterday. I didn't hear you confirm, and then I got busy. So what we're gonna do for demo of the show, Craig? Have you got anything? Have you got any finished demos? Did you make a card at the start?
Well, I've been putting bits and pieces together, Joe. So we do have this one now. I do like that assembling.
I think we're just gonna have to. Have we got any other options? So it'd be up to you guys at home. Do you want Craig to create something finished? You got enjoy, peony, rose, and no, because they're both peonies, aren't they? Let's have enjoy, glitter, flower, and stripes. How's that work? There you go. You pick which. Enjoy, glitter, flower, stripes. So let me know in the comments which one you would like to use. Jennifer says, what kind of mat are you using for the stamping, and how do you clean it so easily?
It's a stamping mat. I don't clean mine. Let me show you the one that we use when we are not on camera. And I'm not taking responsibility for this one. That's Debbie, isn't it?
It looks like there's been an incident. There's been a murder.
It's been a murder. So we've got this one. What you can do, a wet wipe or a baby wipe, and it will start to pick up the colour. So if I've got I do have a little bit of a wet wipe here that's still wet. Let's see if we've got any ink on this one. So what I'm going to do is, using a wet wipe or even, like I say, a damp cloth, we're just going to pick out the colour. So So you can see you can get rid of the colour. Because you're adding, not so much obviously pressure, but because you're pulling some of that off, wherever you've gone will over time start to get a bit lighter, but it doesn't affect it. It can still stamp onto it time and time again.
Fantastic.
But as it is, I don't really clean mine. I just let mine go and go and go. Now what I've done is another bit of the amethyst, Joe, and this is, keep in mind, this is the ink pad. So it's not the pen or, you know, the pots, it is the ink pad.
Awesome. So you've just splooshed that down onto your glass mat, have you, Craig?
I have, yeah.
Would it also work on like the, you know, like the little roll-up craft mats that you get, you know, the non-stick ones? You could do it onto that as well.
That, if you don't have any of them, maybe a bit of laminated sheet.
Oh, she means the glass mat. Sorry, Craig, not the stamping mat. She being Jennifer. Sorry, Jennifer.
Jennifer, right, yo.
Yeah,
a glass mat that I'm using. The glass mat
Yeah,
underneath.
so it's the big A3 glass mat, is it? A3?
Well, it's the only glass mat.
The only glass mat we do. We don't currently ship it to the US, but how do you clean it, Craig, as well, the glass one? Just sort of any sort of wipe?
Oh, any wipe, hot wipe, or if you've got any real self-adhesive onto it, just use your adhesive cleaner. Again, if you're stateside did you say?
Yeah.
So you might have a bit of trouble getting this
so.
one. So in other words then, what to do is nail varnish remover.
Oh,
Pop
really?
that one on as well, that's going to take it off. Or just nothing like a good bit of a scrub with maybe washing up liquid or something.
Hand sanitizer, a lot of people have talked about.
Yeah,
being
they
good
have
for
been.
removing inks and stuff from hands and also from mats and stuff. So maybe give that a go too.
Give
See how
that
you
a
get
go.
on, Jennifer. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, you can do. And what you could do is, actually, Georgina was saying, which is right enough because of the alcohol in it with the hand sanitizer. Now, you can do this. Now, I know some people will actually drop down in shock when I say this, but things like vodka and that work as well.
Oh, I wouldn't waste my vodka on there, Craig.
Cheap, inexpensive vodka that you're not doing anything with, you could just give that a bit of a clean. But yeah, just go with your adhesive remover, or if that doesn't work, or it will work, but if you don't get it because you're stateside, then what you can just use is nail varnish remover or anything that's alcohol based.
Awesome. I hope that clears that up. Oh, clears it up, no pun intended. See what I did?
Brilliant.
I love that. I love this sort of tone on tone look, Craig.
Yeah, we're adding that tone on tone, and although we've used the amethyst to blend around, we're using the amethyst just to pick out these colours here. So what we can do is we can then work these ones here, working our ones into there. I'm not going to do much more, Joe. What I'm going to do is let's just pick out another little bit. So it just goes to show you can blend with them, you can distress with them, you can stencil with them, you can watercolour with them if you want. You can see, let's just finish it in there. And then we're still, as that dries, we're still going to get that metallic look coming through.
Beautiful. Oh, we've got a winner, Craig.
Oh, have we?
Flower. You're a winner, baby. Yes, the flower is a flower power, George. Indeed, the flower is the winner. So congratulations to Flower. No, that was glitter. It was the other flower one. That one. That your first demo, yeah.
That one. Right, Teal.
Love that.
What I'll do is I'll put a strip of white cardstock and then maybe a sentiment or something along the middle.
Awesome, turning it into a full project. Lovely idea, Craig. Now, let me recap the details for you of the ink pads that you've got. And as I was saying earlier, it's very, very rare that you see a full collection of these ink pads available and in stock. You've got blue organza, red garnet, jade green, pink lace, bronze. You've got platinum in here, blush, rose gold, gold, and you've got the silver as well. Don't forget as well, there's two other colours that are in there that I don't have a swatch for, which are these ones just here, which are the amethyst and the rose satin there as well, which is just fantastic. So do make sure you grab those. They're on a great deal. It's really, oh gosh. I'm trying to, there we go. I'm really bad there at trying to put them back. If you are a Club Inspired Platinum member, don't forget you can get these $37.60 or $60.80. Amazing value to get a whole collection of those. We're going to go back to the pencils as well. These are absolutely awesome. I love that they are, I love that the core of them is black, which I think looks so classy. And then the outer is that awesome. I just want to give them, oh, they are fantastic, Craig, aren't they? I've just scribbled on there, but don't tell anyone.
I won't.
Oh, they glide beautifully, Craig, don't they?
They do. Really.
Oh, and you can really build up the. Oh yes, they're good. Don't tell anyone I drew on the back of the silver one, okay? Right, so you're getting all of those in there, and you're going to get
all of these colours, which is fantastic. It's a collection of 12 and it is a full collection as well. So you've got light blue, green, purple, silver, gold, rose gold, yellow, pink, mica, blue, violet and nickel. We've got the whole shebang in there, £10.39 or £11.96 if you want to get your hands on those. Now, there's that awesome bundle of Centura Pearl cardstock and it's all in kind of the perfect accompanying tones to go with your ink pad. So maybe you're not going to put your ink onto this, but what you'd certainly do is use this, Craig, wouldn't you? Maybe like a matte lay or a card blank to then accommodate your toppers and stuff that have got the inks on them. Is that fair to say?
Oh, 100%, yeah. But then go one step further, Joe. Emboss it with your embossing folders, with your 3D embossing folders. Then what you can even do then is go on and foil onto it as well, because you can use it in your foil press. So yeah, fold it in half, create your card blanks, but you can still do so much more with it.
Absolutely awesome. £10, £8 as a platinum member, $14 if you are in the US as well, which is awesome, awesome. Value for money. Lots of you still chatting away in the comments. Don't forget, it's not our last show either. We have for you, of course, an amazing craft vault, which is coming up in just over an hour's time, which is brilliant. It's got a whole host of things in there, which are absolutely awesome. Myself and Craig did it this morning. Looking forward to doing it again. Let me recap the metallic markers for you, which are these ones. Just here, as you can see. Absolutely love these, and no better time to invest in these, or should not invest really, because you're not investing at this price I'm about to share with you. It's not an investment. $5.99, $4.79 as a platinum member, $6.78 in the US as a platinum member. Never been a better time to try these guys, and try them you will. The great thing is that you can watercolor with them, you can brush them on, you can also, if you want to, don't forget, brush letter with these as well. You can also, if you want to put them onto things like glass or ceramics, which is awesome, they are really good. Great more for brush lettering as well. And these are the colours you're getting: ancient bronze, aged copper, rose gold, tarnished silver, vintage satin, antique pearl. Get the brush nib and the bullet nib. So great for laying down loads of colour, whether that's on your project or onto a mat. Also then great for using the bullet nib when you really need to get into those fine spaces and all of those fine details for you. We're going to go back to the ink pads to finish the show because it's been so busy on these. They are limited stock, guys, the ink pads. If they are in your basket, you need to think about checking them out, because green on the screen,
It means the soon won't be seen.
exactly, that's of course what it means. You've got in here, don't forget, the blue organza, which is awesome. You've got the red garnet, the jade green, pink lace, bronze, platinum, blush, rose gold, gold, silver. You've also got the amethyst and the red satin as well, the other two colours that you already seen. I had to check then. No, I didn't thought I'd chuck something. No, I just had to check what the other colours. I was a bit worried actually as I bent down that my hair looks a bit thin at the back. £47 or $76, which is absolutely awesome if you want to go with those. Platinum members here save $22.28 or $34.60. They are limited though, so if they're in your basket, definitely time to check them out, guys. Now, I know we haven't got long left, Craig, but I know you want to inspire us just a little bit more, don't you, in the last 8 minutes of this show?
I'm going to try anyway. What I'm going to do is let's go for
Don't sound too confident about it. You're like, well, I don't want to promise. I'll give it a go. What am I like?
No, not much time left. So I think what we'll do is I've taken another piece of black cardstock. I've got this is just some stencil tape. You can use our low-tack tape. With our low-tack tape, what you would have to do is you'd have to keep dabbing it off your clothes or that, or maybe a bit of talcum powder just to get rid of that excess stickiness. And this is 4.5 inches by 4.5. So what I'm going to do is let's go for, we're popping our strips right across. I'm going to do it the other way. So I'm using the grids onto my glass mat, and I'm going to press that into place. And then what I'm going to do is let's do another one from the bottom. So I'm going to press. So I'm not worried about the centre, but I'm not going to be, well, actually, I might add ink onto that. Who knows? Let's wait and see.
What's going on here?
Blending tool. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to dab our ink onto our blending tool. This one is being the gold. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend the colour on, Joe, and I'm going to go onto the stencil tape. And what the stencil tape is doing is it's do you know something? It's something similar to what you were talking about earlier on.
I love this technique, Craig. I think it's awesome.
It's so smart, isn't it? So smart. And I'm going against the stencil tape just so that we don't pull it off or tear it off. And I'm just layering up that colour. And then I wasn't going to go into the middle, but you know what? Let's go for it. Because what the stencil, or not the stencil, it is stencil tape, sorry. Stencil tape is doing is creating that barrier, and it's creating that, not so much a resist, but it is then, of course, stopping the ink from going onto the black card. What I'm then going to do is let's finish that bit off, and then let's add some more onto here. So really topping up the ink when it comes to the gold.
Less than 25 of the ink pad collections to go around, Craig. Very, very busy. If you're watching this back, definitely check the website for the stock situation, Craig. And just hearing the live numbers of how many of you are checking out at the moment, I think they'll go just after the show, to be honest.
Not surprised. I'm not surprised, because once you start looking, investigating Crafters TV, you'll start to see all the different techniques that you can do with them. And then what I'm going to do is, because that was so effective when we done it with the rose earlier on, what I'm going to do is let's bring in another one of these daubers, and then what we're going to do is let's pick up that colour and we're going to intensify it right down the centre. So we're going to pop onto here, and then what you can do, that's a really good question idea, Georgina. You could overlap your pens with it if you want. Absolutely, you can do. So we're going to build in all of this intensity. And the thing is, if you were to come along and then add your pens on top, or maybe even your pencils on top, Joe, that's mixed media. You're mixing your medias.
Oh,
so
boom.
don't
Bang, bang,
think that your mixed media is literally your canvases, your stencil tape, your paste, anything like that. It is, of course, just mixing your mediums. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dab along the edge of the stencil tape, simply giving it that highlighted edge. And then if you wanted to, then even with these little daubers, we could just start to blend them ones out. But we're wanting that intensity across that edge. And then what we're going to do is let's turn it around, and then we're going to do the same on this edge. And you're then creating your own backdrop, your own design, your own image, your own colour effects. You know, you're not held to what you find within the paper pads.
Nona's asking if the metallics would go on something like Miri card. We said probably not, didn't we, Craig?
That's right, no, because your Miri card is a coated cardstock. What you could do is stamp onto your Miri card using these ink pads, but you would have to use an embossing powder over the top and heat set it. So that's the only way that you could do it. So stamp with the gold and then just use your clear. So what we can do is pop this one here.
Why wouldn't you go straight direct with the ink pad to the paper, Craig?
On Miri?
On anything. Like, because we always use a blending tool, don't we? Pick the ink up from the pad and then put it on. Why don't we put it on and just it all over?
Can do if you want, as long as it's a porous surface. So as long as it's a porous surface, not a coated surface.
Yeah.
But if it's porous surface,
so you could just pick the ink pad up and just dab it on if you wanted to.
Yeah, if you want to. So let's now. Obviously, we are going to get that full-on outline of the ink pad. But if you want to create your own backdrops,
I actually quite like that. It's a bit tarnished, isn't it?
a bit tarnished. If you've got your circle, or not your circle, your oval nesting dies, so then you can do. So we can go all the way in.
That's satisfying to watch.
I
guess you're going to use a lot of ink if you're doing that.
I wouldn't be inclined to do that. And in fact, I wouldn't do that. You can do. I wouldn't, because I don't want to waste that ink. I would then, to get that intensity, I would do what I'm doing, especially with the finger daubers, and really build up that colour. That's what obviously the pigment and the finger daubers are there for. But what I'm going to do now is, if we then slowly start to peel one of these off, and even just look at that.
Craig, this is epic.
Isn't it? It's like
I love this. And I actually think if you were fairly new to inks, I think this is something anyone could do.
Absolutely.
You could give it a go, couldn't you?
You can.
All that's left is a band of gold.
Band of gold.
Now that you're gone. It's a song. Now that you're gone.
Oh, I didn't twig on that one, Joe.
That's I won't sing anymore, it's awful, sorry.
Didn't twig on that. But see, we've put in a bit of our gold satin card on the back.
This is fabulous. Fabulous by name, fabulous by nature, Craig. That's what they say about
smart,
you.
Doesn't it? Oh, thank you. That
would have been the card of the show had you.
Do you
got
think
it.
so?
Do you reckon we should just? Do you reckon we should over? What do you guys think? There's a minute left in the show. Should we over? Should we hijack it? I mean, we live in a democracy here, Craig. But at the end of the day, I do feel like that was more fabulous. Yes or no? Should we switch out? Quick, vote now. Yes or no? Think of it like a referendum. So have a go. Let me know whether we're going to oust the current demo of the week and put a new one in. Go now and we'll decide after the show, eh, Craig?
Yeah.
When people vote. Okay. Now, don't forget, it's not the end of your day here on Crafters TV. There is another...
We've got another show.
I know. I know.
gosh.
You've got that Friday feeling, Craig. It's a craft fault though. It's got awesome prices. He's happy now. He's happy now. He knows. It's a craft fault. And just the first comment that comes through. If it's a yes, we'll do it, Craig. If the first comment that comes through is a no, we won't do it. Are they all saying yes? They're all saying yes. Switch it out, Craig. Switch it out. It's going to be that's going to be. We've made an executive decision, people. I think is what they call that. So we're going to switch that one out. Don't forget, great deal on the metallic ink pads, great deal on the pots, great deal on the markers, great deal on the pencils, great deal on everything really. Don't forget that awesome Centura Pearl. Limited on most of these ink pots. Limited now. Limited on the ink pads as well. Yes, so be quick for those. Really, really great show. It's been it's a resounding yes, Craig, by the way. So see, it is a democracy. If you'd have said no, we wouldn't have done it. We might have still done it. Craig, you and me in an hour. Big thank you to you. Big thanks to the guys at home as well. We'll see you back here in an hour. Take care.
Bye.
Oh, we're not going yet.
Not yet.
We're going now. Bye. Bye. We love you. Bye. We love you.
Love you too.
Bye. Bye. We love you. Bye. See ya. Bye. Bye. Go, George. Go. Bye. See you. Bye.